My name is Alex, and we are here with international public speaker and retired United Methodist minister Stephen Jenkins. Tell us about your ministry to churches and faith groups and Sunday schools of all denominations.
Well, Alex, beside my presentations in retirement centres in Dallas and in London and also at Richland College, I have recently offered presentations for churches and faith groups with midweek faith programs in the London area. They are primarily those I offered before as part of my ministry at C.C. Young Retirement Centre.
Which one are you most enthused about and why?
Well, because of the example of her life's work and service to her nation and the Commonwealth, I am particularly fortunate to present The Servant Queen and the King She Serves, which outlines how the faith of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II has guided her life of duty with its heavy responsibility as the elder statesman and statesperson of the world. As Governor of the Church of England, she sets all of us a great and virtuous example of how to live by the strength of the gospel for the good of others. In some ways, the world looks to Elizabeth Windsor in the same way as they do to Pope Francis for leadership in a fractured world. They both have a constancy which is attractive and inspirational.
Is there one aspect of this book which particularly interests you and you concentrate on?
Yes, definitely. The chapter on her Christmas Day messages to the world, I have over the years been personally inspired by them, as have millions of other people across the world. Here, in these Christmas messages, we hear her speaking movingly and profoundly about hope and faith. These messages range over 60 years and are one of the few occasions we hear, in her own words, from her about the trials, tribulations, and the joys and hope of a modern life grounded in the Christian faith and its potential for good in the world. And one of the good things about this book is it's inexpensive. It's only about $3 and so can easily be afforded by groups and churches and individuals. It's 8 chapters of very moving text and some very good photographs.
What other presentations do you offer?
Well, from my graduate seminary education at SMU and also studying with Vanderbilt University in England, I examine the Wesley Diaries and the theology of John Wesley and integrate this into a rather personal reflection of how I had to come to America from England to discover John Wesley. And some of the diary readings of the work, particularly in the home of Methodism in Bristol, are very, very evocative for me because I know those streets of Bristol very well because it's my home city.
Are there any other presentations you would like to mention?
Yes, I'd like to share the graduate study in evangelism I did on Billy Graham, Evangelist to the World, a review of the autobiography of Stanley Hauerwas. Stanley Hauerwas is Dallas's own world-class theologian, voted Theologian of the Year in 2000 by Time magazine. This autobiography is a fascinating account of the life, of his life, from Pleasant Mound UMC and Pleasant Mound itself in South Dallas to professor at Notre Dame and Duke University, renowned theologian and writer. Now, Pleasant Mound UMC, a small little church in South Dallas, are rightfully very proud of him, as I found out when I pastored the church for a short while and met Stanley Hauerwas himself, a Methodist who has a Catholic theology with a Texan straightforward delivery. Also, A Man for All Seasons, the play by Robert Bolt, which outlines the life of St. Thomas More, the letters of C.S. Lewis, the life of Dorothy L. Sayers, Affluenza, an eye-opening book about our increasing consumerism addiction, Billy Sunday, evangelist and preacher, Leslie Weatherhead, world-renowned Methodist preacher and writer, particularly his classic book, The Will of God, and how we can discern it, and also some insights from his sermons when he came to Wichita Falls, Texas, of which we have the audio, courtesy of Highland Park Methodist Church, which has some real gems in it. St. Luigi Orione and his Providence Order and ministry to the least, the last and the lost. St. Francis Assisi and the Franciscan Order. And finally, Bishop Robert Barron, who has been presenter of the inspirational series Catholicism on DVD, which is taken from his book on Catholicism, and a little book he wrote called The Strangest Way, which fires up our imagination through a variety of sources, both theological and literary, to strengthen our faith and our faiths. And this is very appropriate for faith groups and Sunday school classes.
How can church leaders and program directors find out more?
They can find out more by emailing boomerhinterland@gmail.com, which is included in this message I've sent you, or by phoning me on 707-315-6126. I'd be very happy to answer any questions, give out more information. I must mention that these presentations are part, obviously, of my ministry, and there is no fee for them, just travel expenses if a distance is involved. Well, thank you very much, Alex, and thank you everybody out there who has been watching this, and I wish you all a very happy and peaceful 2006.